Hello and welcome. My name is Ilya Tetin, and I'm going to teach you managerial mathematics this semester. So we will start with linear equations. These are used to model relationships between economic variables. For example, a linear demand equation can show how quantity demanded changes with the price, and linear equations help in forecasting and understanding economic trends. Then we will deal with systems of equations, and in economics many problems involve multiple variables that interact with each other. Systems of equations allow us to solve these variables simultaneously. For instance, in market equilibrium analysis we use systems of equations to determine the equilibrium price and quantity in a market with multiple goods. Then we'll cover matrices and determinants. Matrices are a powerful tool to handling large data sets and solving complex systems of linear equations. In economics, matrices can represent input-output models which show the different sectors of an economy interact. Determinants which are associated with matrices help in understanding properties like the uniqueness of solutions in systems of equations. Then we'll go to sequences and limits. So these concepts are fundamental in analyzing time series data, which is quite common in economics. For example, sequences can represent the growth of an economy over time, and limits help us understand long-term behavior and stability of economic models. Then we will cover limits and continuity. These are crucial for understanding the behavior of economic functions, especially when dealing with changes over time. For example, in cost functions or utility functions, limits and continuity help ensure that small changes in input lead to predictable changes in output. After midterm, we'll cover derivatives. Derivatives are used to measure how a function changes as its input changes. And in economics, they are used to calculate marginal cost, marginal revenue, and other marginal concepts, which are vital for decision making in production, in pricing strategies. After that, we'll cover chain rule and implicit differentiations. These are advanced differentiation techniques allow us to handle more complex economic models. The chain rule is essential when dealing with composite functions where implicit differentiation is useful for finding rates of change in models where variables are interdependent. Then we'll study the application of derivatives in economics. They are used extensively for optimization problems. For example, we use them to find the profit maximizing level of output, cost minimizing input combinations, analyze consumer and producer surplus. In unconstrained optimization, we'll find the maximum and minimum functions without any constraints, like determine optimal production levels, pricing strategies, other key decisions that maximize objectives like profit, like utility. Then constraint optimization. Often economic decisions are subject to constraints such as budget limits or resource availability, and we use methods like Lagrange multipliers to solve these problems. And constraint optimization is crucial for problems like minimization subject to production requirements or utility maximization given a budget constraint. We'll study that. After we will deal with integrals, which basically used to calculate areas under the curves, which represent total quantities. And for example, the indefinite integral can be used to find total cost from marginal cost or total revenue for marginal revenue. Then we will deal with dynamics and difference equations. So these topics are essential for understanding how economic variables evolve over time, right? So difference equations help in modeling dynamic processes such as economic growth, business cycles, behavior of financial markets. So overall, you can see the grading of the course. It is comprised with mainly the homeworks. So do your homework, submit through Moodle. I'll check your class work, which comprises with 20% of the total course grade. What does it mean class work? You'll be standing in front of the blackboard, solving and showing your solutions with other classmates, maybe dealing the problems together. So just actively participate, and this will I'll check how you participate every week, and have small increment in your grading for each participation. All right, so homeworks, I'll decide how many of homeworks will be, maybe 6. That means each homework will be 10% of the total grade, or 12 homeworks. That means 5% of the total grade per each. The midterm and final are only 10%, so if you do not participate in the course and just come to midterm and final, that basically means nothing. You have to participate and you have to deal with the homeworks. So practice is the key to success in mathematics. When you constantly try to deal with the problems, try to tackle them, then you'll get some knowledge. And this knowledge will be invaluable for analyzing and solving real-world economic problems, and will provide a strong foundation for your future studies for career in economics. Right? So hope you'll enjoy this course, and see you next semester.